think we're live, by the way.
Word.
We are officially live. And hold on. Excellent connection. Yes, we are live. What's up, everybody? How did the early games go? I mean, I cashed Oakland plus 1.5. Thanks to you guys. If you guys watched the early show, I said I'm either going to take the Tigers team total under 4.5 or Oakland plus 1.5, and I put a poll up. You guys voted for me to take Oakland plus 1.5. I took it, and it cashed. So you guys, maybe $150. Thanks to you guys for that. I deserve no credit. Toronto, good call, Toast, on the plus money. That was a nice one.
For now, it's not over yet.
Chad Green ain't blowing this.
I don't think so either, but still just saying it's not over yet. And the way I lost my Detroit team total over and you're hitting run lines, I'm not counting anything until it's over.
All right. So, you guys want to talk Mets baseball?
We kinda.
No.
I think we have to.
No, I don't. Mets baseball.
That's an unbiased, just a unbiased capper right there.
Yeah, just like I prefer not to.
So first up, we got the red hot New York Mets coming into Great American Ballpark to start a series against the Reds this weekend. This Mets team is on fire. Coming off a huge win. Everyone doubted them. Everyone doubted us.
Yeah.
Everyone slept on us. But here we are. Hold on.
Fucking Outman strikes out. What a bum.
Such a fucking bum.
Bro, I can't leave an ESPN window open on my computer because they just play. I can't believe they do that. ESPN.
Yeah.
When they play the ad out loud, it's so
yeah.
annoying.
Oh my god.
The company sucks.
Just clowns.
ESPN sucks. All right. So yeah. And look, I know the Mets are going to be a little short in terms of bullpen availability. But how do you not play a team on such a scorcher like the Mets? Proppy, you're on Mets, right?
No. I'm on the Reds or pass. I don't really care much for this game. The entire Mets pen went yesterday. The lineup played a doubleheader with extra innings. Quintana, while solid, he's more vulnerable on the road. He's struggled to get deep into games at Great American in the past. I don't really know if I can get to the window, though, because the Reds lineup versus lefties this season is a bit underwhelming. And if Candelario doesn't go, then they're going to be even more underwhelming. He left the last game early. The Mets lineup, though, is truly pitiful. But they do have some good history against Hunter Green, not Riley Green. Hunter Green. So I would play Cincy purely due to the spot, but I don't think there's much value past the fact that the Mets suck and are gassed.
The Mets just won a big one last night.
Against Alex Faedo.
All right. I believe they're in first place.
Are we actually? Is that like a thing?
No, the Tigers.
Oh, I was like, wait, what?
Well, you were talking shit about the Tigers. I'm like, they're in first place. The Mets beat a first place team last night. So I want to bet the Mets, Toast.
I can't bet the Reds at this spot. Okay, first and foremost, I understand this. I don't know if I can get there with the Mets, but everybody's on the Reds. That line's not moving very much. Quintana has multiple starts since 2022 against this Reds team. 3 of them at home, 1 of them on the road, but he went 6 innings at home, gave up 8 hits, 2 runs, 8 innings, 2 hits, 0 runs. At Cincinnati, 4 2/3, 7 hits, 2 runs. Another one, 7 innings, 0 runs. So he's had success against this Reds team. This Reds lineup is a little bit different, but against lefties, they're really not that scary at all. They've got 2 guys in Spencer Steer and Stevenson that are above WRC, are like extra WRC plus guys that are good as far as that over 115 thing that we use on Beaver's cheat sheet. So it's just really hard for me to think that the Reds are going to come out here and blow this team up when Hunter Green is one of these guys that is definitely less successful at home. The Mets are really terrible at the plate, but they do hit righties well, and they're in Great America Ballpark, so that's got to help a little bit. Again, they just played a doubleheader, so it's really hard, but I couldn't bet the Reds. It'd be Mets or pass for me.
Hey, Proppy, aren't the Mets good last year? Weren't they a good fastball hitting team as well?
I have no clue about that. No clue.
Pretty
They're
sure.
fastball hitting team.
Well, a team that hits fastballs well is not a team you can fade 100 greens on the mound, because if their timing is fastball, he's got tons of stuff, but if their timing is fastball, it takes away his best weapon. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. Do you want me to see how they're seeing fastballs this
Yes,
year?
I would like to
can tell
know
you
how
that.
the Mets
Okay.
are hitting last year. How the Mets hit fastballs, Blue Jays win. There you go, Toast. Good call. I wish I tailed you, man. I said it on the show too. I was like, I like Toronto, and didn't freaking bet it. It would have been a nice. Was that plus 135?
Mm-hmm.
Nice hit.
Thank you. I actually really like that, like more than I thought I did. But I will say Stroman did look a lot better than I thought he would. So that's one thing to
It's
just
not-
watch.
It's not hard to look
The
great.
Blue Jays bats will do that to you.
Yeah.
I get it.
They'll,
I'm just saying that's 2 starts in a row now, or I'm just saying that he looked fine. Where
I do like Stroman. I'm a big Stroman guy, so
I'm just saying that's all.
I'm part of the club.
Not thing. But also the Mets versus righties, Nimmo, Alonso, Marte, Alvarez, all the power guys. That's where you're having a lot of success. And they don't strike out a ton. I guess Alonso does, but just saying, not crazy.
The Mets were middle of the pack and everything against righties fastballs last year.
Floyd Tinker said. Floyd Tinker in the comments. You all keep fading the Reds, and I will keep cashing with them. I don't think that I bet the Phillies once in that series. I'm pretty sure I was on the Reds every single time.
I think I bet the Phillies once, yeah, but not.
Yeah, I know. There was definitely one of those games you guys like the Phillies.
I bet against the Reds and I cashed, so I don't.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, I won the first 5. I lost the full game. So yeah, whatever. I'm good.
All right. So Toast said Mets are past. Prop Beaver, can you get me those numbers, please?
I just said
I didn't hear
they're
you say it
They're
again.
middle of the pack. They're middle of the pack in all those metrics.
All right, I'm writing it
against
down as
righty
a possible.
fastballs last year.
I'm writing it down as a possible. That's money.
You got a possible.
This is a
Yeah, put it
possible.
down as possible. Susan.
All right, so 70% of our viewers said they like the Reds. Good. Go ahead. Flood. Everyone. Take Cincinnati. Sleep on us. Sleep on us. That's all I have to say. Next up, Phillies Nats. You know what date is, Prop Beaver, right?
I do know what day it is, and honestly, I can somewhat see what you're saying. So you can start off.
Oh, so after 2 years, you finally are understanding what I mean by he's a gamer.
No. No. That's not what I mean. I'm just saying that like Aaron Nola is just like I will never lay that price with Aaron Nola. So it's Nationals or pass. It's gonna always be the other team or pass when Aaron Nola is a big favorite, in my personal opinion. I don't want to back this guy. He's just not somebody that I trust. So it's that simple. Patrick Corbin sucks against the Phillies. He's always sucked against the Phillies. But this lineup hasn't really shown me anything great against lefties thus far. The one game they did look good against a lefty was Max Fried. And if the umpire had just called the strike, there was a strike right down the middle of the plate, they wouldn't have allowed any runs in that game. So I'm just, well, at least from a lefty standpoint. So Fried wouldn't have allowed any runs. So I'm not really in love with the fact that we would have to lay that price with a Phillies lineup that hasn't been hitting lefties thus far. Corbin's going to be at home. For some reason, I feel like since last year, Corbin has been getting this insane amount of run support. And the Nationals lineup right now against righties, they're like top 7 in every category. They've been producing against righty pitchers, especially starting righties. So like Nola, if you look as well, if you look at his last 7 starts at Washington, he's got a 6.28 ERA, a 1.86 home run per 9. I would take the Washington Nationals or pass here.
And also, you forgot to mention, with Corbin on the mound, a guy that's a leader in the clubhouse, a guy that rallies the lineup behind him. The intangibles are there for Patrick Corbin. Toast?
I always forget that in my cap. That's on me.
Yeah, I can't forget about Corbin's intangibles. Toast, are the intangibles enough for you to take a shot?
No, Phillies first 5 run line, Phillies Braves money line parlay. Love the spot for the Phillies after getting embarrassed at home against the Braves in Cincinnati, hitting the road. They hit lefties. I understand that hasn't been fantastic to start the year, but if there's one way to get going versus lefties, it's going to be against Patrick Corbin. So first game out on the road, I'll take my chances. It's minus 125 in the first 5 run line. So
you said Corbin has bad numbers against the Phillies, right, Prop Beaver?
yeah, it's terrible.
Damn it.
Yes, they are treacherously bad.
Last
Some of the
two-
worst
last
I've ever
two home-
seen.
Last 2 home starts against the Phillies, 8 innings, 9 runs, 16 hits, 4 walks, 5
Yeah,
strikeouts.
like
They misused them. They misused them, though.
Could be. I'll give you that. Maybe.
We're walking into the depths of hell with this one. Like the history is really bad here.
Yeah. As much as I would love. Ooh, plus 1.5 at minus 105. Patrick Corbin's the type of guy. No, I can't even say it. I think I can't do it, guys. I'm 1-0 betting Corbin, and I don't want to force it. See, the thing with if you're going to try to make money on Patrick Corbin, which I excel at. I'm a Patrick Corbin enthusiast. You have to know when to play your spots, and a Phillies team, this isn't it. Coming off a rough series against the Reds, coming off a loss, I think Toast might be on the right side there with his first 5-run line. Some people are saying in the comments they don't trust the Phillies bullpen to go over.
Fair.
So I could see that. So that's what I'll put up for myself is the over.
And can I just say, if I'm going to bet Patrick Corbin, most likely it's going to be on the road when on a getaway day when nobody wants him, because his road numbers last year weren't nearly as bad. I mean, he was 6-6 on the road, 4-9 at home. I mean, not that win-loss is everything, but yeah, that's when I like backing Patrick Corbin.
One thing I saw is that the run factor in this game is like one of the worst conditions on the slate, but that didn't matter in Wrigley. We just saw with Bobby Miller, so I guess it doesn't even matter. So,
but one thing I'll say,
yeah.
and I swear both of you are going to agree with me to this. When it comes to Patrick Corbin, I swear people have no memory. Like, you can see all the comments chirping, like, fade Patrick Corbin and all this. Like, do you guys not remember Patrick Corbin's just one game? And I cashed a plus 158 dog in that game. So, like, if you've been fading Patrick Corbin, you got smacked up in the first one. So I just feel like they have no memory when it comes to Patrick Corbin. They could lose 3 in a row and be like, this guy sucks. Like, I've always fade this guy. I'm a bank. Like, it's just something they say.
I'm a bank.
So Patrick Corbin did
that's
win.
what they say. Mm-hmm.
That's what you say, bro. I was talking about you. That was my impression of you.
I'm a bank. Okay.
All right, next up. Arizona, Atlanta.
Why'd you look confused when you looked at the game?
Because is Arizona really plus 270 dog?
With Tommy Henry on the mound? Yeah.
Dude, Tommy Henry can pitch.
Yeah? Bet the Diamondbacks.
Yeah? Yeah, you think? All right.
I mean, I guess I may be against a team that can't hit left-handed pitching, but the Braves ain't that one.
He goes, yeah?
I mean, the Braves are really good no matter what, but I'd take them over lefties before I take them over righties. I don't know how Prop Beaver feels, but
Yeah, I would feel the same way.
I thought Braves.
Yeah.
Well, Braves were pretty much top 2 or 3 against both lefties and
yeah,
righties
that's
last
what I was
year.
gonna say. It's like pulling hairs at this point with this
Right.
team, but yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's no way you can lay this kind of juice against a team that went to the World Series, right? Sounds like you guys can.
I mean, I know a lot of people that I respect on Braves minus 1.5. I don't hate it. I was gonna play.
You're still laying juice with that, though.
I get that. I'm not playing that. I thought the best way to play this was Spencer Strider to record a win at minus 120, but now it's up to like
I don't like that
minus
either.
140, 150. Yeah,
I
said, I paired the Braves and the Phillies, so it is what it is.
Braves and Phillies moneyline parlay. That's what you have, right? Prop Beaver. I would like to know, how are the Diamondbacks as far as strikeouts? Are they a team that strikes out or a team that doesn't strike out?
I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, we saw that they weren't a team
against
that
Strider. It matters.
we saw multiple times they weren't a team that struck out, but when they saw some of the elite guys like a Sengo or like a Strider, they would strike out at a high rate. So it doesn't really matter. Sometimes when these high K guys go, they go.
All right, what's
They
their
get what they
numbers?
want.
Their numbers last year, they didn't strike out a ton, but again, this is a completely
They're not
different
striking out
animal.
often this year either. I just checked.
I'm just saying that, and you guys know me, like I will talk shit about the Braves whenever I get a chance. But Strider and this new curveball, like this isn't the spot I'm trying to take them at home against him.
So what about an under if you believe in Tommy Henn?
I don't.
I don't think anybody does. Yeah, I don't think anybody does.
I mean,
so,
I don't know what the Braves team total is. Maybe
What's
first
that
5
parlay
team
at?
total.
Toast, what's that parlay at? Because maybe I'll just tail that.
I think 112.
That seems cheap for Phillies against Corby and Braves as minus.
Well, I
225.
got it. It's actually going to be worse than that now because I got the Braves at minus 275 and they're 327 now. So it's going to be even worse than that.
Someone says they like Arizona plus 2.5. But I mean, based on what these
Yeah,
guys
now
are
it's at
saying,
plus 100.
that even sounds crazy. So plus 100, that a parlay right there.
Yeah.
Do you have anything in this game, Prop Beaver?
Yeah, I took Ozzy Albies over 1.5 bases. I got that at minus 109 on Caesars. The dude's off to a hell of a start this season. He's got a 1.135 OPS, 350 ISO through 5 games. Now he's got a juicy matchup at home against Tommy Henry, very underwhelming left-handed pitcher. Henry's made 9 career road 9 starts since 2022. In those starts, he owns a 5.12 ERA, a 2.2 home run per 9, and a 5.67 xFIP, which is quite bad. If you look at Albie's numbers against Henry's pitch mix versus lefties over the last 3 seasons, he sits first amongst the Braves in WOBA, ISO, and batter run value per 100, at bats. He's also third in barrel per plate appearances. Over his last 3 seasons, Albie's best spot has been at home versus lefties, where he's got a 278 ISO, 1011 OPS. Our friends at Ballpark Pal love the matchup for him. They're suggesting a 39% increase in extra base production. So I just see that when I see a total bases prop and they're not giving us plus money for it, it's usually for a good reason. They're usually implying something there. So I'm going to take my chances with Ozzy here, the best lefty killer, or one of the 2 best lefty killers on the team, respect to Austin Riley.
Albies was on
I was just about to
a
say I'm going to play
rampage
Austin
the
Riley.
other day. He was,
Yeah.
what did he go, 4 for 5 or something, right?
I don't know, but he's coming off a no-hit game the
And
other day.
I think the game before that he went off. I think 2 games ago.
Yeah, so I'm ready to for him to bounce back here because Crochet is just sick. I'm okay with him going 0 for 4 against Crochet.
So if I like what Toast said about Strider, because Toast doesn't even like Strider. So if he's sitting here saying he's scared to fade Strider with the new curveball, that means Strider probably could definitely be relied on. So what about an Arizona team total under? Is it 2.5?
Let me see.
I mean, remember last year they were pretty ridiculous. Like the Padres one was at like 2.5. Like the first start of the season, it was at like minus 130.
We just saw Beaver on the morning show. I forget what game it was, but
it's
I was like
3.5 minus 140.
Oh, minus 140. We were doing the same
You
thing.
can get 3 at plus 100 on Caesars.
3 and plus 100 on Caesars. So Toast, I guess I'll write it down, that parlay. Someone asked Kyle, why don't you just take the parlay? You'll see me do those 2-team money line parlays, but usually that's when I can't find anything else. So when I take, like, you'll see me do it in the NBA. Sometimes I'll take like Suns money line, Sixers money line, but that's usually because like I'm having trouble finding value, and here's something I think it's not the bets I would like to take if it's my first choice. So I guess, gun to my head, you got to place a bet on this game based on what these guys are saying. I would go right here. I would either tail Toast parlay number 1, or I would go right here. Just lay the run line with the Braves. Sounds like all signs are pointing towards a beatdown here. So,
one guy that's not like a big name in the Braves lineup that sucks as he hits 9th, but Travis d'Arnaud also hits lefties pretty well. So his hits on runs and RBI are like plus 100. So if he gets a hit and then Acuna gets on, that might be worth it. I'm just trying to give other people some stuff to work with.
So 33% of our viewers said the Braves minus 1.5 is the move. 29% said Braves money line at minus 320.
Hey, gotta respect it.
High hit rate. All right, next game. White Sox Royals, and Prop Beaver, your Kansas City Royals are laying minus 192s.
I told you, man. I said before the season, this team is going to be one to fear. Now just afraid of the prices we're going to be catching with the team. Jesus Christ.
I mean, did they win 10-1 last night?
Yeah, they had an 8th inning, I think it was 7th or 8th inning explosion where they scored like 8 runs.
Yeah,
there was an error with the bases loaded or 2 men on and stuff. It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Pretty bad.
And they just went off.
And also, correct me if I'm wrong, Prop Beaver, there was a stretch last year where Brady Singer at home was untouchable.
Brady Singer at home is a guy I trust. Yeah. I tried to play Brady Singer in a parlay with the Dodgers first 5, but the Dodgers first 5 lost. So what I would recommend here is I would just go, instead of taking Singer under 2.5 earned runs at like minus 155, I would just play the first 5 under here at 4.5 minus 110, because Fetty I didn't want to have to rely on Fetty here, but now that my Dodgers shit is screwed, I will rely on Fetty here. I think Fetty is going to be better. We saw the stuff in the KBL. He won the Cy Young. He has the new arsenal. None of the Kansas City Royals have seen his stuff before. None of these hitters, I don't think, have ever even seen him. Nevertheless, his new material. So, we saw they were able to like make contact last night against Michael Soroka, but his stuff is just so easy to hit. There's not much movement to it. With Fetty and the movement he has with those pitches, I just think that this could be a bit of a low-scoring game here. I think that Singer's going to be amazing. Singer, the last 4 or 5 times he faced the White Sox has held them to 1 or less runs at home. So he's been excellent at home against them. He usually does very well at home against the Division II. And then on the other side, as long as Singer does his job, holds them to like 2 or less runs, I think that Fetty could hold him to 2 or less as well. So I'm going to take the first 5 under there.
Toast, it sounds like you're on the same exact bet.
Yep, couldn't agree more. I trust Eric Fetty. I thought he looked pretty decent at Detroit with his first MLB start, 4 2/3, 5 hits, 2 runs. And now he faces a Royals team that, like we said yesterday, like I don't really trust them that much against right-handed pitching. They had 2 runs through 5 innings, and then they scored 8 in the 7th. So again, it's not a team. And then if you just take out Brady Singer's 2023, which I know that you just can't do blindly, but if you take that out, he's been a very, very good pitcher. He didn't pitch well against the White Sox last year, but the years before that at home, 7 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, 6 strikeouts, no walks. So besides last year, Brady Singer has been really well. Obviously, Brady Singer started this year well, 7 innings against the Twins, 10 strikeouts, no runs, 3 hits. So I don't see there's any reason not to trust either one of these pitchers. Neither one of these lineups is scary. So at 4.5, I really like the first 5 under.
You don't see any reason not to trust these pitchers. You don't have any doubt about Fetty.
I think there's way more
really.
reason to not trust the lineups than not trust the pitchers.
Yeah, I would agree with that better. Yeah.
That was a fair retort.
Yeah. The White Sox have been held to 1 or
The
less
only-
runs in 4 straight games by a righty starter, and they haven't even seen anybody that crazy good.
So you're saying this is a lock, this first 5 under. Before I bet,
No,
then
we don't.
you're
we
telling
don't
me
do
this
locks.
I don't know
do
what
that
a lock
clown
is,
shit.
but
so you're going to be held responsible if this loses?
But I can tell you that the Royals, there's one person on that team that worries me against right-handed pitching, and that's Bobby Witt. I mean, Vinny Pasquantino is like the only other guy that has decent numbers, but he's not even all the way back yet. So, yeah, it's just really hard to be worried about that Royals lineup.
I'm going to look at a price right now. So total first 5 innings, you can get under 4.5. Royals. Dude,
Should really get a minus 110.
It looks like, dude, ESPN bet minus 110. It's the only minus 110 left.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Like, the other ones are minus 125.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I guess I won't send that out.
Well, it better be at, hopefully it's still at minus 110.
I mean, when
Because
I checked before the show, there were like 2 or 3 at minus 110.
Now I'm seeing minus 125s. Bovada's at minus 110, but I don't have a Bovada account.
No, that is that thing
That doesn't
even like a real book? Like,
I
what
was
is
going to say, I don't think that counts.
I used that in college, and I was never even able to get my money out.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
First 5 total runs. Yeah, minus 110. All right. Prop Beaver, your reputation's on the line here.
Okay, cool. All right, well, I'll put it on here.
All right, cool. So the poll is 40%, 23. Oh, so everyone's cooking Royals here. There are 22% of you guys that said White Sox at plus 150 is the play. So definitely some people in the comments that are down to play Chicago. Next up, Houston, Texas. See what I did there? Houston,
No,
Texas.
I didn't get it.
I didn't get it. No.
I miss a lot of stuff.
Strohs, right? I'm on Strohs.
Yeah.
I'm already.
Yeah,
I
I
already
bet.
bet
Yeah,
this. I already bet.
I already bet it too.
You know what I
did
almost
the
did,
first
Toast?
5 though.
You know what I almost did? I almost did our first 5-way.
Oh my God. I haven't done one of those in a minute. Oh
I
my
know.
god.
For those of you who don't know what that is, if you were following our show, actually, well, I don't even think we were doing the live show back then.
No, no way.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, this is
A
before
five-way?
Prop Beaver, the 5-way.
Dude.
So we used to do on the tickets we put out. I guess we were a little more aggressive back then. We used to do the 5-way, and when we liked the team, we would put the ticket out 5 ways. Astros team total over, Astros first 5 money line, Astros first 5 run line, Astros money line, Astros minus 1.5. 0.5 units on each
And
one.
they were hitting, dude.
We
I remember
patented
hitting
it.
the
We
Giants,
called it-
dude. Oh my god.
We patented it. We called it the 5-way bet.
Oh,
I almost 5-wayed this.
oh my god. This would be
You
the
think it's
one.
that much? I think that's a bit nuts. I think
Um,
it's
You're a
a
little
solid
crazy.
wager,
You're
but
having a
I
good
think
time.
a 5-way. I think
We were
that's
having a
bit
good
nuts right
time. It was
there.
fun.
come on. Cody Bradford's about to get smacked up. Do you not
yeah.
agree?
Yeah, no, I agree. I like Hunter. I think that Cody Bradford should get smacked up a little bit. He looked decent in his first start against the Cubs, but at the same time, this Astros lineup is completely different, especially on the road against left-handed pitching. They are just an absolute wagon against lefties, especially guys like lower in the lineup, like Chas McCormick, who is absolutely destroys left-handed pitching. And one thing I wanted to point out too, last year, Hunter Brown faced the Rangers 3 times. The one time that he did face the Rangers in Texas, he went 4 innings, gave up 10 hits, only 3 runs. His BABIP in that game was like a 4.29, which just means that they got kind of lucky with the balls that got in play. Not that you can put too much on that, but my point is saying that I think he pitched better than those 10 hits indicated. He also pitched better on the road. His strikeout to walk ratio is almost 2 Ks higher. I don't trust Bradford. I don't trust this Rangers bullpen. I do trust this Astros bullpen. I understand that Hader's been shaky, but he had the day off. Astros on the first game of a road trip. I'll take my chances at a short price.
Someone asked if the 5-way was profitable. We had a good season that year, but I don't know if it was because of the 5. Like I don't know if that's
I wouldn't
why.
recommend it. We were young and reckless, having a good time.
It was when you place a 5-way and it hits though.
Exhilarating.
It's like when you go 5-0 in one game. That being said, when your team gets blown out, it's. But you know what I was thinking about doing, Toast? What I was going to do is the 5-way, but 0.25 unit each.
Yeah, that would make a lot more sense.
We used to do 0.5s each, and then all of a sudden you got 2.5 units on one game, which is like, whoa. But anyway, I digress. Prop
Good time.
Beaver. Houston's the move, right?
Yeah, I'm going with it through the first 5, though. Unlike Toast, I do not trust Hader, and he's a lefty, and the Rangers can hit lefties. And the last thing I need is that clown coming in late in the game and Adolis Garcia squaring that bitch up. So I pretty much agree with the sentiment of everything. Cody Bradford looked good in the first game against the Cubs. I'll give him that. But everything else I've ever seen from him as a starter has not been promising. Astros against lefties are great. As Toast had mentioned, even the bottom half of the order for the Astros against lefties, mash lefties. So I always look to back Houston against lefties. We got Hunter Brown, who's pitched well against the Rangers in the past. The Rangers now starting 6 lefties, and Brown's better against lefties. I'll take my chances with the Astros through the first 5. I'll lay the juice too instead of the run line.
You don't like Hader.
Now, obviously, I like Hader. He's one of the best relievers in the game, but you have to.
And what was that
admit
bullshit you just spewed?
when a guy's cold, the guy's cold right now.
The only thing that I will say, and I hate defending the prick, Josh Hader, but only a few of these guys have seen him. Seager's seen him 4 times, Simeon's seen him twice, and that's pretty much it. I think Tavares has seen him too. But besides that, nobody else has seen him live.
How many bad outings from a closer would you consider them cold?
Hader was at least 2.
Yeah.
No, I'm asking. Like, how many bad outings do you need to
2
see?
or 3.
Yeah,
2 or
I
3?
need 2 or 3.
I think you
Yeah.
need more than that. Now
Not
3.
when you're
3.
That's your
Not
job.
3. It has to be 3, not 2.
I guess you'll find on what's bad, like giving up a couple hits and then getting a save and getting lucky, or
I'd say
like
anything
striking out 2 guys
anything
and
north
then
of
giving up a walk and a home run to lose the game.
anything north of a 1.5 whip is bad.
Okay.
Do you know what whip is, Prop Beaver?
Yeah, I'm aware of the category.
I'll send you a baseball analytics tutorial video after this.
Send me a pamphlet, thanks.
Next up, Seattle, Milwaukee. I mean, here's the thing. Obviously, I want to take the Brewers here because I think Seattle is in a fade spot right now. I think we all know the Seattle team eventually will get hot. And to be honest, Toast could probably elaborate on this, but wasn't Seattle playing their best baseball at the end of the season last year as well?
Correct.
So
They are
I don't think
starters. I'll give you that 100%.
So I don't think it's crazy. Like, I don't think there should be. Baseball is the sport of overreacting because it's so slow. 162 games. In the NFL terms, we are in the second quarter of week 1. So, like, think of how crazy it would be to be overreacting at that point of an NFL season. So, it's not that I think the Mariners are frauds, or I just think right now the Mariners are a fade for me until they show me otherwise. But
that line's way wrong too, right? Because I got the Seattle at plus 100.
It's reverse. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's my mistake. Don't blame Prop Beaver. Everyone always does when the graphics wrong. This one's on me.
Just blame Andy instead. I like that better.
So I'm gonna run the poll at the correct numbers. Sorry about that, guys. So under 7.5. So what I was saying is the reason I don't want to take Milwaukee, I'm a Logan Gilbert guy. I like Logan.
Have you seen his numbers on the road, baby?
It's not you can't go by numbers with a guy like Logan. You got to watch the intensity in his face when he's on the mound.
Yeah.
Did you see his no-hitter last year?
Yeah, I might have seen it.
You guys are on the same side.
We both had Seattle.
Yeah, I'm on Seattle today.
Oh, are you? I thought you were arguing with me.
No.
Oh, let's do it.
I'm down. Clown.
I'm down to bet this one.
Yeah, I love Logan Gilbert. I love Logan Gilbert on the road even more.
I think you guys are on the same side.
You're like going back and forth. I'm like, can you idiots
I guess I misunderstood what he was saying. I thought he was trying to make a different point. My bad. Either way, but for me, it's just one of those spots where I like taking teams that look like shit at home and then their first game of that road trip. And this is what we got right here. Logan Gilbert on the mound last year, fantastic. Like I said, 9-2 on the road. And I do think that he can shut this Milwaukee lineup down for 6 innings or so and then give the bullpen, who's also rested, a shot to finish this game off for them. Freddie Peralta, obviously on the mound for the Brewers, fantastic. I got nothing to say about them, but I'm just not really a fan of this offense yet. I know that they have a nice couple pieces with Churio and stuff, but they've been winning games because of their pitching. There's no question about that. And the Mariners can win games with their pitching as well. I think that the Mariners are a little bit better versus right-handed pitching in general. I know that they haven't shown that, but I do think it's there. It's kind of gross, but Seattle also just saw the Boston pitching staff, who's been very good this year, a Cleveland pitching staff who's pretty damn good themselves. So I'm not trying to take away anything from Freddie Peralta, but I don't think it's a huge step up in class.
Did you watch baseball from April till August last year?
I'm just saying that I'm not saying I think Freddie Peralta is a very good pitcher.
I don't.
And can be. Well, I do. So I'm just saying that the Mariners have also seen a lot of good pitching already. So at plus money, it was worth it for me to take Logan Gilbert on the road and the Mariners to get off this little bit of snide this first game off the road trip.
Freddie Peralta was one of the worst starters in baseball for 75% of the season last year.
Yeah, but he's.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Very good. You're not wrong, but he's very good.
Prop Beaver?
He's very good. Very, very good.
What I feel like, okay, maybe you guys weren't watching Seam last year.
No, okay, yeah, maybe you're using a 1-year sample size, bud. Maybe we know
when it's the most recent,
not 1 year or die.
When it's the most recent year, sure. Oh, who else? You want to talk about sweet Adam Wainwright is next? Because he was good back in 2009? This is crazy. He sucked last year.
He's still young though. I mean, he could reverse.
All right, cool. Take the Brewers. Yo, take the Brewers.
I'm taking the Brewers in the first 5 here. I actually like it quite a bit because the books are telling me. They're telling me right now that the Brewers are the side. The Peralta's earned runs line is at 1.5, juice less than -150 to the over. That is very low. While we got Gilbert's earned run line at 2.5, juice just -120 to the under. A number he's under more than 60% of the time going back to 2022. That's a bit concerning to me. That's a weird number. Whenever I see numbers like that, I tend to see guys get rocked. So just reading the lines right there, I don't really love that for Logan Gilbert. We saw the last time that he faced off against his Brewers team. He got hit up for 4 runs through 6 innings, 2 home runs. No, it wasn't on the road. But I don't really think that just because he's on the road, now he magically performs all that much better. It's not like that's been a big trend for him throughout his entire career.
Toast doesn't really understand Logan Gilbert like I do.
Yeah, I don't think so. He's bringing up these road splits from last year. Logan Gilbert, he's he's an abstract being, and I'm not feeling good vibes from him in this one. So I'm fading his ass.
How did he do? So what's not do last year? How about the year before that, 2022? Checking. Oh,
he was
8-1 on the
he was
road.
still
Got
developing
it.
arm. Still developing arm.
Yep,
So,
still
17-3 on the road the last 2 years. Yep.
I don't like that.
17-3.
That means he's just
Yeah,
due, because that's not good, Toast.
Wait,
That's
those
not
are
good.
Logan
You don't
Gilbert's
want that.
numbers on the road?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Oh, dude, that's what I see. That was the misunderstanding. I thought Toast was saying Logan Gilbert was bad on the road. That's where we were disconnected in the beginning.
Got it. Okay.
That's where we lost it. And
If you knew Seam, you knew what he was saying.
and Prop Beaver was like, "You guys are fucking weird. You're on the same side. You're arguing about nothing."
Yeah, like interrupting each other back and forth, like you're doing a rap verse together. Like what the fuck? Just like
Cipher.
Yeah, exactly. Like what is going on here?
All right, next game.
Oh my god,
this is an interesting one, and I feel like I didn't bet this, and I'm not going to. I'm going to stick with my under. If you watched the video last night, you guys know I already bet the under in this game. It was at 9. It dropped down to 8.5, but I actually think there are 9s available. So if you haven't bet it, I think you still can get a 9. I like the under. I uploaded a video why most of the notes in that video were from Prop Beaver, from his notes. I think there's a lot of look. Griffin Canning, not a great starting pitcher, not a guy you could really rely on, but there's actually a lot of angles that might be a decent spot for Griffin Canning to throw a good game. He actually has better numbers against left-handed bats. Boston's going to have 5 lefties in the lineup. He's better at home. What was the big one? He's got great numbers against Boston. There was one.
Yeah, he's got great history against Boston
He's got great history. Yeah.
Great history against Boston. He's better against lefties.
The great history against Boston is like really great history against Boston, though. Doesn't he have like a 1.3 ERA?
13 innings, 8 hits, 2 runs, 12
sample
strikeouts, 5 walks.
Small sample size. But yeah, I think Boston's lineup might be a little bit overvalued based on something we've seen in like 1 or 2 games. I mean, I just lost the Red Sox -1.5 bet where they couldn't touch anybody wearing an Oakland Athletics uniform. I don't think anyone needs to hear why Cutter Crawford will pitch a good game because he's been a beast on the road. Cutter Crawford looks like a monster, so I don't need to like sell you on that. But I think the hidden value is Griffin Canning could also pitch a great game right back. And I feel like the line is telling a story here. Everyone's betting the Red Sox, and they're still holding this number at a pick 'em. I think this is a sharp spot to play the Angels. I truly do. But I'm going to stick with my my under.
Dude, I don't know what is going on in this game.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
I bet I'll just
What game?
You go first, Toast. You go first.
Okay,
Toast.
I'll just say mine's very quick. I bet the Red Sox. I hate it. I would probably advise anybody to bet the Angels if I had to today. I didn't think it was going to be like this because I actually do think Griffin Canning is a lot better than people think he is. I understand that he didn't look good his first start on the road at Baltimore, but that's really not an easy spot. He really looked good to end of the year last year. I don't think Griffin Canning isn't my problem. I think that the starting pitching is actually a wash. I think the lineups are kind of a wash. The reason that I bet Boston is I think they have an advantage later in the ball game. I think that the Boston pitching staff has shown that they're absolutely elite right now. And with Jansen available and that Wisnowski guy, I think Josh Wisnowski is probably one of the better pitchers in this league that nobody knows about right now.
He's sick.
Yeah, so him and Chris Martin, like I trust him. Wisnowski's got a 44% strikeout rate. This dude's absolutely awesome. So I just think that Boston has a definite advantage later on in the ball game. But yeah, this is just Beaver, you can talk to him about everything else, but it's just weird.
I don't think Boston's the move here. I think it's.
I don't think so either. I am not happy with it in any way, shape, or form. I'm glad I only have a half unit on it.
I wanted to back my boy Cutter Crawford here. So goddamn
is that your
bad.
boy? That's your boy?
Yes, he's the guy that I'm looking to bet on quite a bit this year. One would call him a bet on pitcher. Some would call him that. Yes.
Okay.
And dude, the lines are just bad. The K line is just like. It's like a gimme. It's 5.5. Like any
hit that,
idiot,
right?
Any idiot with a chart could bet that one. Like the under earned runs is like only 2.5, and it's only -120. Like the Angels have sucked against the righties they've seen. It just like none of it makes sense to me at all. The outs line I think is only at like 15.5. Like
so Crawford's gonna get robbed.
Makes sense to me. Yeah, probably. And That doesn't make any sense to me. I can't comprehend that. So I'm not gonna bet this game because that I just
there's a gun to your head.
Angels.
And mistaken, if I'm not, I don't think you can get the Angels at plus money, which is a very you can't.
No, it's
They're
around
more-
minus. It's in between
okay.
minus 110 and 115 for Angels. So pretty much a pick 'em. Angels very slightly favored on some books. That's where we're
Also,
looking at.
one thing I want to say, I feel like the books kind of sometimes show their hands more so. While I don't think Ks and earned runs are that correlated, sometimes I do feel like they show their hands in terms of the K lines. Like if they think a guy's going to do good, they'll put their K line higher. If they think they're going to do bad, they'll put their K line lower. Griffin Canning's K line's at 6.5 tonight. That is high. So that's just one thing to think about. So
And he's hit
I actually
7
I
strikeouts.
may look to back Canning in some way, shape, or form here, but I don't have anything right now.
All right.
And just, I mean, yeah.
All right, so even Toast
not the
Toast is on Boston, doesn't even love it. You know what? I'm just gonna chill with my under. If Cutter Crawford getting rocked is the one that blows this, like whatever. I got conned by the sports books, so I'm on the under here.
I didn't expect it to have so much action on Boston. Like I expected it to be public. I didn't expect it to be like.
Dude, when I
this.
saw this line, I was pretty confident everyone's
I was
coming
like,
in on the Red Sox.
Jesus,
It was
Yeah.
but I guess the Angels have been playing pretty well to start the season, but they played the Marlins for 3 games.
and maybe that's just the case of my head that I thought maybe that Griffin Canning is better than nobody else thinks that. So it's like I thought that people would bet the Angels. I don't know.
So we're gonna do the community parlay real quick, and then we'll call it Phillies money line, Braves money line, Royals
I
money
sent
line.
you my underdog as well.
All right, cool. We'll do that while they're voting for the first one, and Astros money line. All right, so I'm gonna from this poll, I'm gonna take first and second place for the community parlay. By the way, community parlay hit yesterday.
Oh yeah, it
Plus
did.
982 or something. Big hit for
Oh
the
yeah,
community.
baby.
And
Jay
Toast
Cronenworth revenge tour continues.
and Toast actually bet the one time he bets the community parlay, it hits.
Yeah. I was sick.
yeah.
I didn't bet it.
Yeah, I even said, like, I think I'll tail it today. Never bet it.
Just so you guys
Yeah.
know, I'm a homer, but Jake Cronenworth is on a tear to start
Just
this
stop,
year.
bro.
1-0 Padres.
I thought you took me and you took the Padres. Commiss took the Giants. Oh, no, he
Yeah.
said Giants are pass. Prop Beaver, explain your shit.
All right, so we got Albies over total bases. He's the lefty killer on the Braves. He's at home. Love the spot for him to bounce back after no bases in his previous game. We got Brady Singer at home against the AL Central opponent. That's a great spot for him. In terms of the fantasy points, he should get tons of innings. He should get a nice amount of Ks, and he shouldn't allow many runs, so should get a nice amount of fantasy points. Freddie Peralta, I went with fantasy points because in terms of what the books are projecting here, it's a really nice outing for him. They have his K line super high. And on top of that, he has a 60% K percentage against the current Mariners lineup. So if he could get those Ks working, the fantasy points should be there. On top of that, if he gets the 5 or 6 innings here, I think he hits that over. So those are my 3 plays for today.
If you don't have an Underdog Fantasy account, it's available in any state highlighted on this map. So if you're in one of the states here highlighted in yellow, head over to UnderdogFantasy.com, the website, or download the app Underdog Fantasy. When you make your account, make sure you use the promo code BET, B-E-T. That'll get you a $100 deposit bonus match. You deposit $100, they will give you a free $100 to play with. That's B-E-T. So, first 2 legs of the community parlay, Braves and Phils. Toast, they got your parlay in the community parlay. They liked yours.
I'll take it.
There's still a chance. Right after we're done, I'm going to take a look at what I wrote down, and I'll probably post another bet or 2 on the website. And I think I'm going to bet the Mets, and I think I might tail your parlay, Toast. That's what I'm considering.
How are the Giants and Padres playing baseball right now? It is pouring there.
Because they're dedicated to their craft.
Mm.
You ever consider that?
No, I actually didn't. Now that you put it like that,
No, I did consider that. My bad.
no, you're right.
All right, next up. We got Brewers. We got Red Sox. We got... I'm missing a game. What game did I skip?
I wasn't
Mets,
listening
Reds.
to you.
Reds money line I'm adding here. and I'll add Royals money line again because they got the closest. So first and second place from this one are getting in as well to finish out this parlay. So far,
I also did Kyle Tucker, Chas McCormick hit parlay plus 100. Just for the record.
Can the community hit back-to-back here? Do you remember last season? Like, the community, there was weeks where the community parlay hit 4 times. It was crazy. It was, like, unrealistically good.
But the problem is it's Corbin Day, so it's probably going to lose today.
Well, the community usually tries to pick against Pat, and that's your first mistake, is doubting the gamer. But I don't think it's a Corbin spot. I will let you know. I'm a Patrick Corbin whisperer, if you will. And I will let you know when it's a Corbin spot.
Well, what if I'm the Nats whisperer?
You're not.
I called Trevor Williams throwing a good game the other day.
No, I like Trevor Williams. You're the one always shitting on him.
No, I'm the one who called him having a good game the other day. I am. Me.
You guys, I just want to make sure you guys mark your calendars. Saturday is Jake Fraley bobblehead night in Cincinnati.
Oh, okay.
Is that real?
100%. He's going to be wearing a Viking hat and everything. It's
Toast,
fantastic.
you live in Alaska. Why would you know when Jake Fraley bobblehead night is?
I know where not to be on Saturday night.
I know everything about Jake Fraley.
I know where not to be. That's funny. I know where not to be on Saturday night. Jake Fraley bobblehead. All right, so end poll and the community parlay is Reds and Brewers.
Okay, so Reds, Brew Crew, plus 556.
Community parlay going for back-to-back hits here. Braves money line, Phillies money line, Reds money line, Brewers money line, plus 556. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Toast knows that Jake Fraley's out. There's a lefty pitching. He doesn't play against lefties. So yes, he's well aware. Tomorrow, what do we want to do tomorrow, guys?
Let's check the calendar.
Let me see.
Saturday they start.
There's some noon games tomorrow,
It's
and then
a
there's some
crazy
late
day.
games.
Do we want to do 2 episodes? Do we want to do a nightcap? Or what do we want to do? I'm down for whatever.
We could do 2 episods and have 2, 4, 6, 7 games in the first one and 7 games on the night one.
I'm down for that, but I also if you don't want to work all day Saturday, that's cool. Just let me know.
Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down to do that for right now. Let's do a tentative 2 episodes.
Bro,
tomorrow.
I don't do tentative.
Okay. All right,
Tentative is for week.
Well, let's just say I'll be there for the first one at the very least.
Okay,
and I don't know
then
if I'll
say
be there
that.
for the second one.
Don't give me this tentative shit. You'll be there for the first one. Got it.
Take that.
All right, so we'll be back tomorrow morning at 11:30 a.m., right? Tomorrow morning, 11:30 a.m. We might do a nightcap tonight. We'll see. We'll talk it over with Kamish, see if he wants to. But everyone, thanks for watching. Let's have a good night. Remember, it's a loaded weekend. Please bet responsibly. Pick your spots. Let's be smart. Let's go. By the way, I got Spurs money line tonight. They're 11.5-point dogs. Got them winning outright. That's my big Pelicans, and the Pellies have the Suns on deck. Spurs money line is my big home run swing tonight. So, everyone, have a good one.
Swing away.